Good evening everyone, hello, welcome to Spa. We are clicking stuff in the setup because this Corvette is very interesting now. I remember it being a death trap, but now it's driving really beautifully. But well, here is the Corvette in all its glory and beauty, and I have not really driven it much, so I thought, why not take it around Spa for today? Hello Christ, hello Mario. All is good apart from something got stuck in my throat now. Right when the stream is supposed to start, I lose the ability to speak. Anyway, I think it should be good. Right, so 1 minute and a half of practice to go. And there is one problem with this Corvette. They really fixed the fixed setup. It's really good in low speed and in medium speed, but in high speed it feels like it's, I don't know, having big rear wing and front lift. It's almost impossible to make it turn in high speed. And unluckily there is quite a bit of high speed at Spa, but let's see how it goes. And one more thing, I was signing up for this, looking at the entry list, and there was 320 people signed up for this. 320. I have not seen that number for the more popular like GT Open series and iRacing and so on. There is like 150, 200, 250. I don't remember. I mean, I've done like 10 or 15 Road Atlanta GT Open races in iRacing in the previous week, and there was never really 320 people signed up for that, so that's really interesting. I mean, overall, of course, iRacing has probably ×6, ×7 the people signing up, but still for separate series, this is really good. 18 splits. 18. And yeah, iRacing probably now will have a dead week. I think 2 weeks ago there was Suzuka, there wasn't really... we have the lighting bug in the background. I think it's stabilized. So 4 laps. 4 times 4, 16. Okay, should be good with fuel. But then Road Atlanta in iRacing had a quite big sign-ups, a lot more than Suzuka. So I struggled with some P15s, but eventually made it in top 5s. I didn't really stream much of it. I wanted to suffer alone. But probably now everybody in iRacing is just doing Bathurst laps for next week. Well, in 1 week and a half we have the Bathurst special, which we will race with Rafa. And that's hopefully gonna be fun. Yeah, GT3, yeah, Sprint Donington and IMSA Long Beach, I saw that and said to myself, if I want to farm I-rating, then Long Beach is not the best idea. And then Donington is just like, I don't know, I don't want to race there. So I'll just start prepping for Bathurst. It's gonna take me 1 week and a half of all day of driving to figure out what the tire wants for me there anyway. Yeah, Decker, 18 splits indeed. I mean, I think it's 20 cars per split in beginner and then a bit more in intermediate. But still, yeah, 320 people. That's crazy numbers, and that's like, what, 2 months after the big release of GT3s, when we expected the numbers to slowly go down, going into the next update, which is coming in 2 weeks. But no, the numbers are staying. And then I hope when the big release with new cars in LMU happens in, well, 2 or 3 weeks-ish, the numbers will go up and high. I really hope the best for LMU. And yeah, it's Corvette for today. And we will be racing against Nuno Pinto, old esports rival, kind of. Haven't seen him in LMU for quite a bit, but well, I have not done a beginner race in LMU for quite a bit. Well, Francisca, if you're in this race, enjoy. So we will have... I'll be just short for 3 attempts. I think I'll just have 2 attempts here. Beautiful rotation with the Corvette in low speed. But I'm gonna invalidate my lap in 5 seconds. Well, hopefully not, but... There is no grip. There is... Okay, it went green, so it's not invalidated, but... I lifted a bit at the apex. It wasn't enough. Well, tires are still cold on the front. But in low speed it rotates nicely. $700 I rating lost in a day. That's a lot. That's very, very lot. So great on the entry, but on the exit I just have to wait forever. Should be slightly better next lap. Come on! Okay, just about made the exit. And Blanchimont is tricky. Okay, it's not that tricky, I guess. Just need to focus a bit more. (18.1), the provisional pole. I'll have to gain a bit of time. Well, that wasn't best. Okay. There is grip. Good evening, Fabio. I changed the lights a little bit. Very tail happy. Oof, okay, 3 more tenths. Is it possible to gain 3 tenths in one chicane? Not really. Purple sector 3 though. Yeah, this car is really good in low speed. I guess Sector 1 should be kind of purple for the Corvette as well. And we actually have Mr. Hussein in P1 with the Corvette, so I don't have any BOP excuses. But overall this car is nice. Why am I out of breath after 3 laps? Well, I did almost lose the rear at one point, so that was a bit nervous. Well, 20 minutes of the race. It's gonna be 1:38, let's say. That will be 9 laps times 3.9, 35, 36. Not sure about TC, maybe I need to increase that a bit. It needs a more TC than BMW, let's say. I think the max pedal force is too high. I can never really fully smash the brake. Is it even possible to make it 3 attempts here? Like you need... Well, 2 minutes times 3 is 6 minutes, and then... Yeah, you can make the third attempt if you make all laps under 2 minutes 20. That's then less than 7. So I guess some people have indeed done that, or maybe they just started their laps later. What is Pinto doing there? Well, he's for certain not 5.6 of pace. Well, let's see what he doesn't produce this lap, because the session moved. Wait, so the session is not waiting for cars to finish the laps? I don't even know. Copy Francisca. Well, enjoy racing anyway in whatever split you are. Copy Fabio. Well, study, study, study. That's very important. See you later. Why do you think I have to keep clicking around? I don't have to keep clicking around. Ferrari? Why does Ferrari need more fuel? Wait, No, I have not miscalculated this. I think the guys have taken a wrong number for the Ferrari, because maybe that's the virtual energy what they posted. I think Ferrari generally uses the least fuel. Well, he eventually made the start. Thank you, Marvin. I think that logo changed on that board and I reacted to that because the lights were right over it. Side by side into Eau Rouge, let's go. He's gonna yield. Lifted too much. Expected less grip. Let's go guys, side by side. Make it side by side for whole sector 2. Oh, what a move. I'm gonna take the cut. That was brilliant outside move into chicane or like into the comp from the Ferrari. And now I'm in trouble. Hosseini will cause crash. Well, looking forward. Because I will be having to defend here. The classic pinch into the bus stop, second apex. Too much ABS. Hopefully I can pull a gap to P4. But P1 and P2 for sure have good pace. This car is tricky. I mean, the setup is much more stable than what I drove. Where did I actually drove this car last? I think at Interlagos. Was quite a mess. Opposite lock everywhere. At least no more pressure from behind. Too much ABS again. I wonder if I lifted, if I would actually be able to make the apex and just carry more speed. Yeah, Dalibor for sure. That was a really good move, but more battle now. Come on, Hosseini, I trust you. You can do it side by side. Hi Sergi, why Corvette? Because long time no Corvette, for a difference. Perfect. They lost quite a bit of time. Now that curb is actually useful. And finally, kind of a solid sector 2 from me. At least I didn't lose the gap too much. And despite that snap, I gained 2 tenths. Oh. Let's go, keep battling. Oh, there we go. Ay, 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 ay. Was that dirty air or was that the Hosseini crash that you guys mentioned that could happen? Oh dear. RIP. Hello Robin. Yeah, I have the same question. Like this, it still feels like a touring car. The braking, has crazy rotation. And it rotates on the exit as long as it doesn't have too much speed. Because the rear is on the limit and that makes it to rotate, but if there is too much air going on, then it feels like it's got probably way too much rear wing. Probably I would be correcting a lot less if I knew what the car wants from me. But I have really not driven it much, so I keep trying stuff. Oh, of course, it's the Ferrari dirty air. I saw videos from that. Yeah, before we falsely accuse Hosseini of anything wrong, I think there is a bug on the Ferrari indeed that is getting fixed for the update. Because it kind of opens DRS when you are close behind another car. Yeah, there was on YouTube I saw, like, there was a compilation of big Ferrari crashes through Radilon. I mean, eventually the front now offers enough grip as the tires are up to temp. But that's super close on pace for now, between me and Hosseini. I gain a 10th in sector 3, he gains a 10th in sector 2. And that was too early apex, too much apex curb, and I lost a 10th. But this car for sure offers a very wild ride. Yeah, that was over the limit, sector 2. Yeah, LMU curb sounds, I appreciate them as well. Especially after driving 1 week of Road Atlanta in iRacing, where you hit some curbs and it like kills your ears because of how loud it is. And that was too wide. I cannot nail that turn 1. I'm not sure if sliding like that through Rivage, the long right, is beneficial or not. It doesn't really feel beneficial. Come on. Doesn't rotate too early on the power. I suppose I would need a couple more laps to learn the car, find the pace. It really offers good rotation, but I just don't know at what point it's over-rotating. Why is that turn 1 not great now? I think maybe I stopped just marginally too early. Yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to load the front outside, but it doesn't turn. And then I try to let the rear rotate a bit, and then it just drifts like crazy and I lose time again. We just need to minimize all the sliding and actually find the limit and just be consistent. Yeah, hard to find sweet spot indeed. I think it's a lot more easy with BMW. I mean, it depends on what kind of car you prefer. I just prefer a bit more downforce on the front. Yeah, indeed, Luca. Really good pace and good consistency from Hosseini. Ah, the rear tires. Yeah, I guess that happens when you drift like that. I think the mediums really start losing a lot of grip above 100 Celsius, but yeah, that's a bit crazier than what expected. Sub 90 front, above 100 rear, oh dear. And it doesn't really feel like a massive grip loss, but once your tires are above 100, the delta just starts dying. It probably doesn't really matter for sprint races like that, you can just push from the start, make a gap and then manage. But I just overpushed. Hello, Alex. Well, too far to make a dummy into the last chicane and scare him off. But well, that was a fun experience. I really have not driven this car much. Well, GG. Alright. I hope I will gain a little bit of rating and not lose it by finishing in P2. Yeah, let's see what happened ahead. Actually, lap 1 was real. Ah, that was lap 1. That's me, that's the Ferrari. Brakes late, turns in, leaves correct amount of space. Yeah, really great move. Spot on. And then I wonder if Husseini knew about that. Ooh, ow. Well, that's alright. If he knew about the Ferrari struggles in the tow and just went for it. Because at this point, the Ferrari survived for for a very long time. I saw clips of people dying completely at this point already. But he actually took the curb. Yeah, at some point it just snaps like crazy. And that was really maximum dirty air that you can get. Don't think that was... there was a bit of contact sound, but I think the crash is just aero. Instead of front lifting, the rear kind of lifts, and it's a bug on the Ferrari. Unlucky Hubert. But that feels really bad when you're in this position. Just nothing you can do. Ow. All the wheels still attached. Yeah, Robin, for sure. I kind of thought a bit about the experience being kind of like RF2. You kind of slide it, you slide the rear, and at the same time you just have to turn in, and the car kind of accepts that. But yeah, indeed the rear will kill the pace. Probably not enough still. But let's see what they make with the update at the end of February. Please be positive number. Okay. There is plus. That's something. I was like P4 in quali and P2 in the race one time, in the intermediate race previous week, and it didn't even go. I think it was like +0. Anyway. Split 1 of 18. That's just really good to see these numbers. Really nice. Okay, well then we jump into the GT3 Fixed Championship round 2. Daniele, a tire rant. It's every stream is a tire rant, but no, it's alright. No, it still felt like front-wheel driven touring car, to be honest. Just in a lot less terrible way than in RF2. So, if you have watched previous week, or if you have driven previous week, there was an issue with the GT3 Fixed Championship, and that was that McLaren was literally like 1.5 to 2 seconds quicker per lap at Interlagos. It turns out there was some kind of a problem, and the McLaren, it was not BOP. It was not BOP issue. It was issue that there was like a complete lack of BOP on the car or something like that. So it was just producing maximum performance that physics does without any limitations that then the BOP puts on the cars. So yeah, indeed it was like second and a half faster. But today it should be alright at Le Mans. Of course, Daniele. Of course. No, it's the same with all the LMDH cars. They just have too big of an advantage over LMH cars. What did we run here? 4 to 4-ish, I think. And I think like 1 click less on this, and I think around 5 ABS. That was a bit more on the BMW. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to quickly show now is... So I've been asked how... Well, I mean, this is not really the greatest... comparison, because this is not a hypercar, so it doesn't have the motor map. What should I do? Yeah, like just I was asked many times how simhub works, like how to make this dash. So I just wanted to very quickly show. Not sure if some of you guys who watched me now asked for it or not. But let me try to find something. Where is that stuff? So, simhub visible. Ah, there we go. Wait. Ah, it's just okay. I see. I put it like this. So I would click more, edit dashboard. Ah, and now it's there. What if I just hide? I hope it's kind of readable. OBS will not allow me to show different windows, but it's really very simple. I mean, sorry if you're here just to watch my driving, but let me quickly show. So if you make like a blank page, you just like click text, like a box will appear, and let's assume this is the box. All you do is just go to text here under text. So you click text, go to text, and then go to text, and then click FX. It will be like this. Make it computed value. Insert property, and just like search like gear, and you will get like game data gear or something. Like sometimes there is more channels. You just click that, click OK, adjust font size, stretch it around, and then you have gear, and then you have speed in the same way, and then you have battery the same way. It's very simple to really do like a minimalistic look. And this can be like a dash on the secondary monitor, like I can do, where is it, test dashboard, and then it's just like, you can put it anywhere. Although if you have it like overlay like this, it will burn a bit of resources or even make the screen stutter. But for these kilowatts here, this number, it's a bit more complicated because you have to I don't know how to explain. Like if you know how this works, then you're able to do it yourself, but if you don't know how this works, then even copy pasting will not help without a bit of research. It's just like tracking. It's a bit of a code that I have written in really probably badly, but it kind of tracks each click on the button. So this is the input, and you find the input. If you go, don't save changes, if you go to, where is it, controls and events, controller status, so yeah, so controls and events, controller status, show inputs, and then just click around and you will see the exact name, and then you input that into the code. Anyway, like at some point I will I promise to make a Discord, and then I can more easily share stuff there. But if this helps, or if this intrigues you a little bit, I'm happy to answer a bit more questions. But yeah, it's just easier in Discord. Anyway, now that I lost everybody's attention, let's do some laps. I got asked to share my simhub dash, but again, like, oh, I have a. Do I have flat spot? I don't know. Not anymore. Yeah, I got asked for the file, but the file will not really work for the dashboard if you don't adjust it to your hardware. Anyway, hi Corne. Daniele, well, yeah, I remember that race. I don't know. I mean, it's new tire model anyway now, so no need to comment any further. How did your race go, Francisca? Hope you had fun. Well, Jack, it's the new Alpine, right? The new Alpine GT3. Daniela, actually, what I do if I have like 50 kilowatts, like I think I have 30 by default in the dash, but if I put 40 or 50 in the setup, all I do is just like go to max or go to min, and then they kind of synchronize. I mean, now it doesn't apply for GT car, but it's still rolling here because this is just tracking the clicks. So if it goes to like, if it goes over 50, so if it was to go to 60, it just resets to 50. That's how I programmed it. And in that case, you can just sync it to what game has by just rotating max and then back to what you need. Which is not ideal, but I have not found a better solution. There is really like a lack of channels. One could take like battery drain rate, but it's not stable. Like, I mean, as the speed and RPM change, the battery kind of drains. Like, it's not consistent 30 kilowatts or like certain percent per second. It's wobbling around a bit, and the motor needs some time to spool up, so you could have like some kind of a checkup, like it tracks the button clicks, and then within 5 seconds, if you're flat out, it kind of checks if that flat out battery drain rate is consistent with what it's displaying, and if it's not, then it adjusts to the correct one. But I don't know, I hope at some point there is like an export channel available that just tracks the current motor map. Check the bug. I don't know, honey. I know there are some bugs, but I haven't experienced one yet, really. Yeah, Daniela, I actually have two dashboards. Like, one is just clicking, like, number 10 per click, and the other one is clicking by 20 per click. Or how much is it? It's 20, right? And it goes to 200 then. So I just select whatever I drive, and in fact, since I'm driving a GT car, I should just go to devices. No, where is it? Yeah, LCD, and select. No, that's the. I have this one that I use for Virtual Endurance Championship as well, which has the track temp. And before I impede somebody, well, I hope they really work on the Motec export channels. It's really useful, but at the same time, if you're trying to work with Motec in iRacing or in ACC especially, you just get nothing, absolutely nothing. So RF2 and LMU just feel tremendously useful already with what they provide, but it could always be better and more, right? Francisca, well, doesn't sound too much fun. Yeah, you can check if you scroll back in my stream how the Ferrari ahead of me crashed, if it's any consolation for you. Yeah, for sure, Daniela. I mean, it's good to have battery level. You can do a lot with battery level and just applying different mathematical functions over that. I'm scared that my competitors here, I think I have 5 minutes remaining to join the server. I'm scared that people like Kieran Prendergast, who is registered for this as well, have done quite some practice. I mean, Kieran has driven the McLaren in the VMS Pro here. I have driven the hypercar, so he has quite a bit of muscle memory remaining from there. So I'm a bit worried. But I did do previous season Le Mans here. I think it was the final. Did they actually win that race? Maybe P2 or P3? This car is just so much more different compared to the Corvette. We really have to switch the brain around. But I really prefer driving this. And the Corvette is fine, but it's... I prefer this kind of race car with solid front. Oh, the front downforce, it's heaven. Wait a minute, I have the wrong lights. So race, I mean, the server opens in 4 minutes. No, that's not, this is the one. So then I think it's, what, is it 5-minute practice, 10-minute quali or something like that? And then 45-minute race? Actually, it could be quite a fuel saver. This car just offers so nice front grip. I'm not really expecting it to grip that well. Alright, Franciszka. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right anyway. Wait, was I in safety car mode? I think my speed was a bit low. Yeah, I was in safety car mode. Well, rip. Yeah, now I have to brake a bit earlier. Alright. Anyway, let me find the server. Hi John, I will do the race now and then I just do the intermediate race. So I will not do the 1 at 10. And I have yet to calculate the lift and coast, so I don't have an answer. And actually, let me go to daily and intermediate and quickly register for this. Hypercar Alpine register. Nice. So I'm not clickbaiting people. Well, there we go. 40 seconds. It's a 45-minute race. And it's what is it, 4 minutes per lap? A bit more, no, yeah, it's around 4 minutes. And that's 240 seconds. Should be 12 laps. 12 laps. Wait, that's a lot. I do have some kind of a log. I mean, this lock is really not good. Wait, is this the car? No. I'm looking for a log, a very old log. From a BMW race. Maybe do it like that. Or maybe like that. Must have been this one. 15-minute race around... No, 15 lap race around Le Mans. I think this was the one. So I have used 5, so up to 6% fuel per lap. How much time do we have? 7-minute practice. The winner saved. Copy, copy, copy. Yeah, I'm thinking then 6 divided by 0. That sounds doable. Well, we have the calculation, right? So again, 100 divided by 12. 8.3. "45 minutes, that should be doable." Would be surprised if that was not doable. I mean, we will see after quali anyway, when we get a proper measurement of the usage. Nice bollard. Thank you or not for that. Good evening, David. So, for... wait, 10 times 3.5 seconds. Well, 12 times... yeah, that makes sense. Where do I have to lift and coast then? Yeah, need to be earlier on brakes. I think still my ABS is too low. With the McLaren and with Corvette 6 or 5 is easy, but here I just need more. So I can already start practicing the lifting. What am I doing? What's going on? Oh, tires are not cold. Full push, yeah, well, full push, depends. I will not really be doing full push because I have no practice, so I will just be doing full survive, so in that case probably not a bad idea to rather go for the fuel save strat. Why is the fuel ratio broken here? I mean, I am in the correct engine mix. So that was 9.1 energy, and I need 8.3. And that is like 10%. I don't know why this tiny pedal overlay is freaking out sometimes and producing quite weird amount of laps remaining on the fuel and on the energy. Anyway, how much fuel do I need for 3 attempts? Like, what was it? 6? Yeah, 18 liters. Well, the more that I'm thinking of the fuel saving strat, the easier it feels on paper. Like it's a long pit lane, you know. Yeah, I guess 40 seconds including all the stopping, right? Or like all the refueling. I should be able to save 10% of energy without losing more than 3 seconds per lap, right? Let's see. Oh, it's saturated grip for once. Never seen it yet. Ever since it was included in the HUD. I wish one day there will be a qualifying mode implemented where the cars will spawn, like, I don't know, maybe it can be as well in the same spot as the fast rolling start, you know, so you don't need to do the whole outlap. It's just waste of time, kind of. And it could make the online, like these sprint races, beginner and intermediate races experience more straightforward without waiting and waiting and waiting. And maybe just simulate like slightly higher tire temp. Because fast rolling, what has it, 50 Celsius tire temps? It kind of simulates a bit of heat build-up already, so for quali it could be, I don't know, starting on 65 or 70. Have I burned a bit too much fuel on this outlap? Hope to start with like more than 12.6, 12.7. Anyway, there is enough of time to go slow and even cool down the tires because they're kind of hot. But here we go, 2 attempts at Le Mans, get the pole. Hi, Matt. Do I upshift here or not? I don't know where the shift point is. I'm keeping 5th. Hi, Jose. Sorry. Hi, Jose. There's still something in my throat. Since the start of the stream, my voice didn't feel what it should be. Nice rear. Didn't even have to rotate the steering wheel. Just glided through the apex. Well, not sure if that was the fastest way to make it, but felt alright. No purple sectors though. Well, Matt, kind of same here when I look more at it. Really good to have this wheel. $59.9, yeah, that's not the best. My fuel is kind of low. Well, there's many like brilliant wheels on the market. That Mercedes replica one is even crazier than this one when it comes to price, but I have never really seen it. I will upshift. Delta doesn't mind. Actually 9.5 energy previous lap. Oof. I need 8.3. It's more than 10% saving if I want to make it without a pit stop. That will be quite a stretch. The Merc wheel was at SFE. I have missed it. Hi Savito, it is SimuCube 2 Pro. Well, that was a very different line than previous lap, but kind of same pace. It's really important to make a nice straight exit out of... is that the Arnage corner? Always feels like you can carry a lot speed on the exit, but you actually have to kind of straighten it. Ah, my fuel is low. Come on. It's an improvement, but I have not taken enough fuel. How did that happen? It's never good that one has to lift and coast on the flying lap in quali, but... P1, P2, 57.9. Yeah, I'm not that prepared for this race. Anyway, you know what? Still better than the McLaren saga at Interlagos, where the car was actually 1.7 off pace, not the driver. So what do we do now? Well, I mean, what should I say? But what? If it's 11 laps, then it's fine, but there is chance it goes to 12, right? I mean, again, you spend 40 seconds in the pits. This is easily 12 laps. It's gonna be 12 laps. Yeah. And then if it's 12... That's a lot of lifting. Yeah, it's gonna be 12 laps. And then you have 40 seconds. You can lose 3.3 per lap. I don't know. Is it a retro calculator? I mean, it's falling... that the paint is kind of falling apart a little bit. Anyway, I think the leaders will for sure be doing 12. So then the problem is that if I lift and coast like crazy and nobody else does, then I'm gonna be eaten alive. Oh, that's Alex. It's Mr. Dev. Good to see Dev enjoying their own sim. Save. Well, if Dan, especially if Dan says save, then I have to save, right? Dan, you can always return my DR, right? I don't know, like, issue is that I don't have even a lap to check. I either commit for the save or not, but... What I know is that probably I don't have the pace to battle amongst the top 3 or 4, but then the issue is that if they have a really nice battle, I kind of want to be part of it. Hi, Tsari. So I wouldn't like to have like a really messy race. I don't know. Normally if it's saving more than 10%, it's straightforward no. And then it's not even fuel times 2. Let's see what people around do. If somebody starts to lift, I might start to lift as well. Well, LMU will for sure have custom skins. I think they announced it. But not sure. I think they say it not at this release yet, but maybe in the next one. Nobody's lifting really, right? Maybe. And I'm wide. That's not a cut, wow. I mean, I guess I would have to lift more to be really doing it. Just happy to be in a slipstream now. Although that McLaren in the rear view is becoming bigger and bigger. He's going for it, I will just lift out of it. I see a little bit through that hole. I mean, you can do 100 laps on virtual energy, but you just have to be really slow. I mean, let's see the usage over the finish line, and then if it's like 8.5 now, then it's looking good. But if it's like 9.0, then it's not looking good. Oh. RIP. So, well, I have already used... That's already 8.5. What if I lift? So at 8.6. And I didn't really lift and coast that much. I'm doing it. Wait, 5.6 behind the leader already. That's I'm doomed anyway, so might as well see what happens. Then eventually people will overtake me and I will eventually get their slipstream and save even more, but I would need those people to be quick. Nico in P4, he is surely fuel saving as well. Would be nice to be in his tow, but I just had to slow down because of the spinning McLaren quite a lot. That's the race, Francesca. It would be so lovely to be in a slipstream now. I'm thinking if I should push a bit to catch Nico ahead, but then the games will start and then he will lift more and then we will just outlift ourselves and that's gonna be bad because we will be slow. Why am I sideways into every braking zone? Safety car map, that's a great question. I think the problem with safety car map is that it's really weak. I have not saved enough, right? Well, 8.3, that's just about. But we are losing 5 seconds per lap to the leaders. Is Michel behind saving as well? No, he's not. That's a solid slipstream. Francisco, well, we all have our own kind of problems, right? Well, enjoy your evening, whatever you do. Still a bit too high usage, but I think it's getting better. Barclay starting to panic a bit, I think. There, Luigi, thank you for the sub, welcome. Yeah, Barclay realized he cannot save enough without tow. But I'm too far now. That's the problem now. I have to push to stay in the tow, but I don't have the fuel to push to stay in the tow. Well, game is kind of not as smooth as it could be, but the FPS is not too bad. Hope stream is not killing itself. Honey, welcome to the choo-choo. Indeed, we are saving the planet. Double slipstream, let's go. Well done, you see the trace. Yeah, about the gap to the leader, I see it's stabilizing, but it's again already around half of what it can be. I can lose 40 seconds. But it's not half of the race yet. Hard to nail the chicane when you don't see the anti-cut. But I think Nico is using a bit of safety car mix for sure. Nine. Yeah, these are the mind games that we shouldn't really be playing. That's one way to save fuel. It's going to be last lap fight for the win. I mean, fight. Drive around. When I'm lifting coasting, probably. Let's see. First lap under the target. No, no. Okay. Nice save. The peaceful sounds of French. Well, is this countryside? Well, Le Mans is quite a town, right? Kevin, it's the 49-inch. Ah, Doc, it was you in the McLaren? Ah, copy. A teddy bear is important thing. Ah, hi Jesper, yeah, the chicane was beautiful. Not just once. Come on, Nico. Let me bump draft you. Or at least give you aero push. It's a bit tricky to bump draft through these kinks. I mean, this is quite a big help for our slipstream, the guy running off track, but I fear we are now saving energy for a wrong reason and quite inefficiently. Oh, that's Nicolini. My nature saving partner has binned it. Ah, he has kept it. Wow. Only lost 3 seconds. Good job. Nice catch. Wait for me. I need the tow. Orange cut. Don't be too big. Okay, I can live with that. Wait. Ah, no, nothing. What am I doing? Brain, stay focused. I guess there is a bit of bump drafting involved indeed. Max, it's just the race is too long for one tank, so we are doing what we can do. I mean, the target is good, like the last lap is underneath the 12 lap target and it's gonna be 12 laps. So we just have to stay there. Well, that's not the way I wanted to save fuel. But it's for sure effective. Would be more efficient elsewhere. Well, the slipstream, I mean, the pit stop would be around 40 seconds, supposedly. And yeah, I'm aware that for 2 laps I will not have a slipstream. I need more these 9 out of 10 chicanes. Luckily the slipstream has been improved with some current patch. "35 seconds to the leader. Not much time to spare. They will like exit the pits and then it's gonna be 2 laps to go and they will be like 3 seconds behind. Not gonna be easy. The red number unit. Not sure what exactly you mean. Nice toe. Drip, that's a great question. Hard question. I mean, the LMU is in its infancy, so I guess for LMU, where is the breaking point? Why am I moving my head? I mean, the easiest way would be to just be really good in any or like top league or like online dailies if you're often seen winning them, and or like streaming yourself winning them or being at the top of the leaderboards or just being obviously good, then better chances of getting picked up. But at the moment, yeah, LMU is a tricky one since esports teams are not yet really looking into the LMU division necessarily. Like at Rafa we have like kind of a plan. We kind of more make content of LMU now and just get ready for the future to know the sim well when bigger esports starts to happen, and at the same time we are doing iRacing as well. But not sure what other esports teams are thinking, to be honest. So this orange, well, I'm looking at the like this 9 out, so 9 is the current lap, and then these are targets for 12, 13 and 14 laps, and I know that the race is gonna be 12 laps, so I'm looking at that target. Thank you for the sub, Mr. iRacing from South Africa. So right, so these two cars ahead are now gonna box. And then we will emerge in the lead, maybe 2 seconds ahead. And then let's see what happens. And let's see how much we would have to slow down in order to make it lapless. .420. I would have to lose 20 seconds somehow. Anyway, we drive by the pit lane and we are not even leading. Well, I mean... arguably, I was quite off pace in quali, so... maybe this is still the better strat. But it's a bit painful. Anyway, 8 seconds to P3. And then Nicolini is P4. Kieran P5, 15 behind. That, I think podium is doable, you know. Yeah, orange is kind of like how heavy, like how much more I would have to save compared to full push. And to be honest, I could just hide the orange numbers because I'm not really looking at them at all. As I really want to like minimize amount of info that's displayed. I just want exactly what I need. And it's kind of duplicated now, so I don't need that. So probably I'm gonna remove it at some point. Well, Leiden is not really pulling away. Maybe he has fueled less and now has to fuel save a bit. Not like that. Crazy downshift to first. Yeah, honestly, I don't really know what exactly it's showing. I think... wait, what if... I would have to read the explanation, to be honest. Maybe the orange is actually showing in real time through the lap how much above or below the target I currently am. Yeah, all on water temp is not working because some cars just don't export that parameter, or like that, it's not parameter, it's a variable. That measurement, it's not being exported. On hypercars you can see them, but GT3s have it locked. So, for the last lap I will have 8.47. And I have 3-second gap to Adam in P3. Oof. What do I prefer, LMU or iRacing? Well, I prefer LMU, but I'm coming from RF2 background, so for me it's extremely difficult to go to iRacing and understand what the tires want there. In LMU, what I don't like is that you still can get away with throwing the car quite a lot around, even though it's more often than not punishing you. But in iRacing, it's kind of like for each corner you have a certain amount of temperature that you can put into the tire, and it's just slowly building up and it's not going off. So if you have like consecutive corners, at some point you just have tire kind of exploding and you lose all the grip, and you kind of have to know in your head what's the current state, how much you saturated the tires with the temperature. And that might be realistic for some series, like I know Formula 1 at some tracks has crazy ridiculous thermal drag, and GT cars as well sometimes. But it's really unnatural, like for a single lap. Let's say Road Atlanta, which I have driven for a week now in the GT Open series. Like you go out of turn 3 into that snake downhill, and what the car does is just inexplicable. The front doesn't grip, and then sometimes it grips, but then you just hear the tires being louder and louder. FFB doesn't change, you just hear that the rears are gonna snap. And then you listen to the tire and then you lift, because the tire is too loud. And now we have to focus. So fuel is good. Actually I have overfueled, but the energy is... I don't know, is energy good? I will have to lift here. And then floor it, and then hope for the best. Come on, energy. It's gonna be fine. Yes. It was the correct strategy, it was the good strategy. P5 to P2. Did they qualify in P5? I think I was P5. But Mr. Leiden pulled away. he was fast. But I indeed gained the positions, even though it didn't go really to the plan with how the traffic was. Like, with Nicolini, we messed around, costed ourselves time, and then the traffic was doing weird stuff, and we were saving in places where we shouldn't be really saving. In the end, it just about worked out. So I can be very happy about it. That was stressful in the end. I mean, it's good that Le Mans has straights at the start of the lap, and then in the end it's just big snake, and you cannot really have a run on somebody. So you can just keep lift and coasting. Ooh, it's already 21:15. I have the race starting in exactly 0 minutes. Okay, let's see the results generated. If the game doesn't kill me. Hi Ed, it is done through the alpha channel. Why is it? People are still on the laps. I'm gonna check later. I need to join here. I can quickly show. So tiny pedal. So basically, wait, can I? No, it will not work. If I share just the program. So basically what you do is, let's say you go to config, you find like background color, you click on it, like double click, and then you have alpha channel. You put that to 0, it becomes transparent. But like 256 is like fully opaque. Or opaque, or whatever that word is pronounced. So yeah, just put alpha channel to 0. And then it will add like the last 2 or 3 letters in this hexadecimal format. And then it will be transparent, if that's clear enough. Well, Alpine at COTA, is that a bad combination? I have no idea. Well, actually I need gloves still. I just assumed I have a bit of a break, but I don't. Gloves back on. A bit less fuel. It's times 2 fuel. Don't mess it up again, like I always do. And it's this silly cockpit which restricts your movement, and so you're stuck like in a submarine. Anyway. Have I got any real-life experience? Unfortunately not, apart from 2 go-kart races. It's, well, if you live in Slovenia, you're basically doomed if you don't move elsewhere. You will not really get any proper real-life racing, apart from some local rallies and hill climbs. Forgot it's multi-class. Was wondering why that car was so slow, but I have the hypercar. Oh, the FFB is quite weak compared to the BMW. I need to adjust my brain. Well, if the car is understeer, you can always go to ARBs and just... Wait, that's... short gears? Or is there some bug which makes this car go crazy fast? Let me also go to the correct LCD. 8 minutes, what is that? Like 5 laps, 4 per lap, so 8 times, yeah, let's say 40%, 40, yeah, let's say something around there should be fine. Keep driving with times 2 fuel. Is it just me, or is this car a bit more quiet than the BMW. Let me know, I can adjust the volume a bit. Ah yeah, it's the submarine letterbox. I mean, the car is not really understeering for me. It's pretty neutral, at least on cold tires. Okay, low speed is understeering. So I could go a bit rearwards with brake bias and then maybe -2 front ARB and +1 rear. Oh, those RPMs are screaming. I do need a bit more rear ARB. Even more. Okay, I see what you mean about the understeer. No cuts? Weird. If I was able to move the camera view a bit more forward, I would even maybe see the apex. Ah, the rear goes to 12. Still understeering. This car is weird because the ARBs don't really work like they do in other cars. Because if I understand correctly, it's not really anti-roll bar, it's just anti-roll damper. So you cannot really adjust the mechanical balance as much as one would want. Oh, I am 2 seconds of pace, oh no. And that's... well, that was a big cut. Well, oops. The front is so lazy. I wonder if, like, min-max ARBs will do anything, really. Yeah, turn 3 is... I don't quite understand the line that one needs to take, or like I kind of would need a very delicate balance with the aero setup, but it's fixed setup, so it just keeps locking up. Well, should get 2 more attempts, right? Hard to ignore it being a corner. What am I doing? Yeah, I guess I have lost like 1 second till now by doing weird lines. What an esports drift. Alright, just 1.3 more. Oh no. Well, not a great start. COTA announced its drivers. Oh, they have the Cadillac this year, right? Yeah, it would be difficult to improve the lap anyway. I really nailed this chicane previous lap with that esports drift that should not be possible on these tires, but it I guess still is to some extent. But yeah, I messed up turn 1, lost 2 tenths. And then I just went full crazy. Okay, I'm in MP5 for now, so... P1, P2 are completely out of reach. But I would be P3 if I did like a fully clean lap now. And if others didn't improve. If. Let's practice the pit entry. Just about. Okay, so that was around 7% energy per lap. 40. I guess I'm just gonna trust the the tiny pedal overlay there. Or I can quickly check. I mean, it was 4 liters of... What? Nah, that's not the correct log. What? Ah. It's this one. .6. Yeah, 21 laps is gonna be. So we need 11 laps in one stint. Now that's gonna be quite easy. Have I adjusted fuel? I have not. A bit of brake migration, and then 14. I think 14 and 7. Ah, I got out qualified then by 2 extra people. Hi Andy. What do you mean? The BOP is very well set, right? Like, it's very equal and all the cars can win the races. Who needs quali? And why do I have the feeling that this is the best position I will ever have on this track in this race? Yeah, the inside is always very crowded there. Oh, that's a nice straight line speed. Right, so Ferrari is much better on brakes, and I am much better on top speed. Gonna be fun. What a wild ride. I mean, I hope that the Alpine is much better on fuel. pulling like crazy, but I have to defend. How do you not lock up? In the past that was a cut on the exit of last corner, but now I'm getting away with it. It really doesn't want to go into the corner without that final downshift. Unless it snaps. Wonder if somebody's gonna go for the 16 lap stint. I can confidently do 15. A proper workout. What do I mean with ARBs are just anti-roll dampers? Well, I think the Alpine in real life doesn't have anti-roll bars, but just like roll dampers. Because anti-roll bar kind of is at the same time kind of a spring and a damper, which prevents roll. I mean, not a spring, but, you know, resistance and damping. I mean, damping is resistance as well, but is it like linear resistance and then first the derivative resistance? I don't know how to physically correctly put it or mathematically. It doesn't... I mean, I don't know what exactly is torsion bar. Like ARB has double functionality. It prevents body roll, but it also makes the car reach the maximum roll slower, because it's both kind of spring and damper. But on the Alpine, it doesn't really prevent body roll, it just makes it reach it slower because it's just damper. And that's why on the Alpine, if you try to make extreme setup changes on the ARB, you do not really feel that much differences on other hypercars. I believe that's the correct explanation. That downshift to first gear for more rotation, it just sounds like it's turning more, but it's not really, I think. Oy. Thankfully we have the radar. That GT3 understeered heavily from the apex. Yeah, you really have to make a good use of the corner springs on Alpine hypercar. Wow. It's quite a dive. I think I left him enough space. But I heard that's how the French people drive in French cities. And I'm driving the Alpine, so I'll be excused. think I finally kind of hit the apex, even though I could not see it. Well, I've never really been to France, so... but I've been to Italy. The red traffic light going green gave me the proper F1 race start vibes. This combination is absolutely insane. Might not be the best car, but for this track, if you want a proper workout and to fully load your focus, or like test your focus abilities, do this. It feels like I should be in the wall like 3 times every lap. It's kind of like LMP2 at Sebring, it's always very physical race, but this is kind of that, but on steroids. And then there is traffic around you of slower class cars. Okay, that was extra rotation by first gear. How is driving in Slovenia? What is Slovenia? You mean Slovakia? No, driving in Slovenia is fine. Issue is sometimes you get, I think less and less, but sometimes you get like on local roads. Probably not sometimes, probably every day you get drunk drivers on local roads saying they will just drive 20 kph back home and so on, despite knowing how dangerous it is. But I think the main issue is like Balkan immigrants setting their own rules, and then you have a lot of South Balkan people in BMWs that think they have no rules at all, so it can get frustrating sometimes. But luckily I really don't have to spend much time in my real car doing commute. But I think we are like, generally the driving in Slovenia is pretty nice, pretty safe. Oof. Yeah, the downshift to first always kills me. Yeah, so I mean, I'm not the best to be asked about Slovenian driving because I really, like, I never had to commute by car. Before my sim racing job, I was just mostly going with bike, and when I was going to schools, I always went either on foot by bike or with bus. And also, I don't really know how people drive in different parts of Slovenia. I just hear stories. I need to fuel save more to make those 4 laps. I guess commuting by the car stops sucking if you kind of, well, if you make it in life, or if you do crime and then you have big SUVs with massage seats and big infotainment system with everything you want. And then if you stop caring, like if you have ultra safe car and all the pleasure things you want, then I guess it can get alright to commute. But if you have your car parked outside the block and it's frozen in the morning and you have to cold start the car, and before you're in the job it barely heats up, then it's not really that pleasant. Well, it's been like 1.45 some weeks ago, not on the highway, but like on normal city stations. That downshift to first, I don't know. Sometimes the rear snaps, sometimes the car momentarily becomes oversteery, but instantly the front inside locks up. Very hard to decide what to do. Other than brake more gently. I hope they fix the track limits around this track at some point. It's It's way too lenient. Two more laps. So 6 times 7 and a bit. Actually, no, less. 40% should be fine. Don't turn in, thank you. Oh, I keep forgetting that that curb is kind of a Planita jump. I like how these two numbers disagree with each other. Because of the fuel ratio, probably. I mean, it's not too much off, but maybe 1% change. No, but this car is like, if you want to experience the biggest possible difference between iRacing and Le Mans Ultimate, take this car around this track. Unlucky. So I indeed made it one lap longer than everybody behind. What is that downshift? I remember it from Fuji when I had done that Alpine versus Toyota race. Into the chicane, like the downshift to first was always extremely crazy. So my overlay now claims that it could be 7 laps. But maybe it's not counting the pit stop. Ah, it went down to plus 36 now. I'm taking 40, and then if I need to fuel save, I fuel save. Back to 43. Ah, whatever. What a race this is. What a combination. Yeah, let's see if that's enough. I think it should be 6 more laps. What's the Toyota doing? Fuel saving, I hope. No, that's the leader. The previous leader lost quite some time. Let me take the apex. Thank you. Sorry. Sorry, Mr. BMW. Ah. Copy. I see drama ahead as well. Yeah, that's actually P1 and P2 ahead. A shame about... I was thinking if I should lift and coast behind the traffic, but I went for the apex. It wasn't the best idea. I keep relying on that downshift to first for the rotation. Unlucky. And I got half a point despite braking a lot. Dear traffic, please be good for once. Okay, the traffic is trafficking. If there was any mechanical grip on the front axle, just keeps pushing wide. My arm's gonna fall off. I did complain about FFB being a bit weaker compared to the BMW GT3 during the practice, but I kind of like that fact now. Hello, Kostas. free to go. I will kind of need something to happen here to have a chance. Yeah, Casper indeed, as the track is getting a bit wobbly from the ground movement. Two more laps. Where is all the traffic now? Six tenths. A little bit to Max Verstappen. Ah, too far. No! I lifted at like 0.04 or 0.03. I lifted too slowly. No! Well, I would say that's a first, but it wasn't the first because I have done that in a quali session once, but... Well guys, now you see what happens if you go 0.01% over the limit. It doesn't matter. That was one insane race. In the end I kind of had the pace, right? But I had to put absolutely everything together. I don't know why, like in the end I was like very over the limit sideways, and the gap, like, not the gap, the delta just didn't stop going green. So I don't know why the car in these temperatures on this track where the tires should be absolutely melting, why does it keep going greener and greener? Well, that virtual energy debacle in the end. I mean, I saw it. It was fine. It was all good. It was all under control. And I was just looking at the battery, and I wanted to like lift to stop with 0.05, but it just didn't stop going down. Maybe the motor is still kind of, when you lift, maybe it takes a little bit, like a tenth or 2/10 to spool down. And when it's still kind of producing a bit of power, it's still pulling the battery and therefore the energy. Potentially. I mean, I can quickly check, you know, if we are already doing a Motec in the background. I can go to 21 and I can go to battery drain. Yeah, it's still draining the battery over the line. Wait, let me... Battery... Yeah, look. And if we do that and add a channel and that... I hope it's visible well enough. Throttle position. Yeah, exactly. Let me put a bit of a better view. Where are you? Motec. Right, so I hope this is visible enough. Let me put it a bit more together. Yeah, like so. This was my throttle position. Battery drain, throttle position. I lifted when I saw... Okay, let's add actually battery level. Actually, no, it's not battery level. It's yeah. I keep mixing it up. But we cannot have virtual energy. I think around here it was 0.06, 0.05, and then I lifted. And at this point I was still above. But the battery drain kept draining because of how long the motor still keeps pulling, or like pulling the energy, putting it to the ground, or yeah, into the tire. And because of that bleeding, it went like 0.01% to the negative. And like, that's a good one to know. That's a really important one to know for the future, because some esports races could go down to 0.01% over the finish line. And it's good to know that you have to lift a bit before that. Okay, that's my analysis. So actually the drive-through adds like... It added what? A whole lap. It basically added a whole lap to me. Well, that's... because it's like... It's a big penalty, you know, in real life. If you go beneath zero, you are not supposed to do it. Well, we learn, you know. Ooh. So yeah, well, I missed some messages. Well, thank you guys anyway. I hope you enjoyed the race. Sub-Z, yes, I ran out of VE by 0.01%. About what worksheets I have, it's something that got accumulated through many years of well, avid chronic racing and burst esport and now, well, now I'm at the Rafa, but it's really good to have this data and to be able to actually learn. So it's not just a frustrating mistake. It was still the best race possible. Like, again, if you do iRacing, like crazy race on the limit, you finish the race and you're like, oh yes, that was a good race. And here you're like, yeah, I'm done. I want to go to physiotherapy and to massage and to spa, like the jacuzzi one and everything like that, because you're so done and so, well, physically, well, not exhausted, but it's really good. But yeah, the motor keeps pulling the battery when you go to 0% throttle. Well, lesson learned. I'm gonna lift at 0.1% next time. Cannot trust it. Alright, well, I kind of hoped I would go back to Gold 2 here, but I think I might be losing quite a little bit of DR, which is, well, not really a big deal. 27 happens. I'm still far away from falling into grid 2s or split 2s, so it's gonna go back to Gold 2 eventually. And actually, let me go back to event history and check the previous race, as I didn't have time before. That's actually quite a solid gain. Started 5th, finished 2nd. Alright. So in fact, I was Gold 2. I was Gold 2, but now I'm back to Gold 1. Okay. In iRacing, if I lost huge amount of iRating, that would be a big problem now that I'm trying to actually farm it, but you still see... sorry guys. Sorry. I'm clicking through this stuff. Yeah, my brain is absolutely exhausted. So again, after Le Mans, I went to Gold 2, and after... what am I doing now? After this, I went back to Gold 1. It's been good racing. Okay, well, off to iRacing grind. Let's see. Maybe I'll stream some races next week from Bathurst. If iRacing is boring for many, at least Bathurst itself is unique enough to be hopefully entertaining. And before next week, Fuji on Sunday, VMS Pro Round 5. Okay, well, again, thank you guys for enjoying the racing with me. That Alpine race was absolutely insane. Indeed, till next time, have a very good evening and good second half of the week. See you. Bye bye.